Hello everyone, welcome back to another Roblox development tutorial video, I guess you could call it. So today in this video we're going to be learning how to actually, we're going to be learning the basics of Roblox Studio. So in the last video I said I was going to be using this scripting place to show you how to use Roblox Studio. I lied. I'm going to be showing you, or I'm going to be creating a new place because I want to show you how to actually like create something and actually make a game out of that thing. So when you're creating a game, you want to be logged into your Roblox account, obviously, and you want to be on the web page roblox.com/develop. Or to access that, you could go to roblox.com and then click this create button. And so to create a new game, it's pretty straightforward. You just click the create new game button. So I'm gonna be brought here to all these templates. If you're actually serious about creating a game, or if you actually want to create something, you're gonna want to select either base plate or flat terrain. Even then, I would still strongly recommend base plate, because, okay, so, in Roblox, there's two building aspects. There's, or not aspects, there's just types. There's terrain, and then there's actual, like, bricks and stuff. This base plate is a giant, base plate made out of, I guess, just one big Roblox brick. And flat terrain is made out of the advanced terrain that was added a couple years ago. So I wouldn't touch this until later, and the rest of these are just for you to like play around with, see how stuff works. So that's templates, basic settings. I'm gonna rename this to tutorial scripting place for YouTube. Description, tutorial. We're not gonna mess with the genre right now, it doesn't really matter. You can change this based on what game you're making. So access, we don't need to mess with that. Same thing with advanced settings. So select base plate and then click create game. And so it's gonna start a Roblox Studio. Okay, no, it's not gonna start up Roblox Studio. It's gonna bring you back to this place where you have your list of games here, and these games aren't hosted on your computer. These are hosted on the Roblox website or on Roblox's servers. So if you're gonna want to go and click, edit, and it's gonna check for Roblox Studio. I'm gonna open Roblox. If it's gonna show you this if you don't have it installed, and so I don't know if you can see it, but Roblox Studio is starting up. Oh. Okay, I'll meet you in Roblox Studio. Okay, so when you open up Roblox Studio, you're going to be greeted with this, and it might be overwhelming seeing all of this stuff. And okay, so first of all, it may not look exactly like this. So I'm going to get the very basics down. So to get what I have here, these are basically essential parts of the Roblox Studio client. So up here, you have these tabs. You're going to want to head to the View tab, and right here, you're going to want to have the command bar, and you want to have the output open, and you're going to want to have Explorer and Properties open, so that you can arrange them however you want, but I'm having it like this, and this can be, this View tab can be used to open things like the toolbox, which you can use for assets made by other people. You can open Team Create if you want to create with multiple people, but have open Output, Command Bar, Properties, and Explorer. You can close, like for example, if I wanted to close Properties, you just click the X there, and then I can click on it again in the View tab, and it's right back where it was. So don't stress if you accidentally get rid of something. It's all available in the View tab. So let's head back to the Home tab, and we'll be greeted with these options. So these four dictate what the mouse is actually doing. So you have select here, which you can use to select something. I'm just gonna add a part here. You can click on part to add a part, and you can use the drop down menu to change the shape of the part. So I have this part selected, or actually if I don't select it, I can use the select button, and then I click to select it. I can use move. I can, move it left, right, backwards, forwards, up, down, stuff like that. And I can scale it as well, and I can also rotate it. So I can go like that or like that. And if you want to undo, you do Control Z. So I'm going to do Control Z until it was where it was originally. If you want to redo, I believe it's Control Y. Yeah, it's Control Y. So, I just realized I didn't show you how to move the camera around. If you can use scroll wheel for this, right click for that. You can hold down left click to select things. WAS and D moves the camera around. I and O just moves forward and back based on the position of your cursor. You can scroll in and out. Holding shift will make your make moving the camera a lot slower, and then holding control will do nothing. I thought it did something, but instead of going to the home tab every time and just clicking on one of these basically interaction modes, you can do Control 1, Control 2, Control 3, and Control 4. And if you do Control 5, it's like some weird thing here. I'm not sure exactly how it works. I'm pretty sure it's something advanced. I wouldn't touch it for now. So, let's head back here. And so, you want to actually add something. So you can go and you can add a block, a sphere, a wedge, and a cylinder. These are the four basic shapes. Now, you can create so much with this. So, see, if I wanted to create a house, I can add a block here. And actually, when you're building, you want to go into the model tab. So you have all these other options here. So, yeah, the transform is the one that you did with Control 5, and then you have snap to grid, which this is very useful. So if you don't if I turn this off, this will I can select this and I can move it anywhere. But if you look in the properties tab, in the position with the part selected, it is in a very it's in a very random spot. Like, it's not snapped to anything, I guess. So if I just set this back to 0, 0.5, and 0, and then we snap to grid, I'm gonna set this to 1 to make it more noticeable. You'll see that it moves only like one grid at only one stud at a time. So studs are the universal measurement unit for a Roblox Studio. And so I think the player is around 5 studs tall. I might be wrong on that. Correct me if I am. So, anyways, back here, so you might be wondering, okay, well, I wanna build something. So you can use the tools that Roblox has provided with basic shapes, and then this took me a while to learn to actually use unions. So let's say if I want to create a shape, let's just let's make that shape. This is using 2 parts, and it's creating basically a square with a smaller square cut out of it. Now, what we could do here is we could have this be right here. I'll actually just move this over. And then we have this other part right here. click on negate, and you'll see it's red now. So if I move this over, and for good measure, I'm going to increase the size a little bit, because if you have like equal height here, and then if you make it into a union, you're going to see, or not equal height, just equal length, there's going to be like this very thin area right here where there's still actually stuff. So I'm going to undo that. So if I select the part and I select the negative part, I'm going to actually make the negative part a bit bigger, and then I'm going to select both of these parts and I'm going to make them a union. Now it's just one part that you can move around free as you wish. So going back here, I'm going to delete these both. Put the part here, 0, 0.5, and 0. You can change the material of this. So we've got plastic, wood. Here, I'll change the color as well. So you can change the color, and I'll change it to a red. So you have, plastic, wood planks, neon, or that's smooth plastic, neon, force field, metal, sand, stuff like that. So what you can do with this, you can create, this is like actually how you build and stuff. So let's take a look at the test. So testing is very important when it comes to actually playing your game. So you have this drop down menu here. You can either play where your camera is, which is known as play here, or just regular run, which doesn't spawn in your character but runs all the scripts and such. So let's click play, and it's gonna load in our character. There we go. So we have my person here. This is me. I can run around, jump, I'll do all the regular things that you'd be able to do in Roblox. So let's stop this right here, and let's add a part and increase the height. And then you can also click play right here where my mouse is. So let's go into the play area here, into the actual place, and you have it right here. You have the pillar right here. If I wanted to interact with it, I could move it around, I could knock it over, and I could walk around on top of it. And so let's go back here. Now you might be saying, oh, what if I want this to stay still? Well, we can go into the properties tab, and I know this looks scary, but it really isn't. You just gotta learn your way around. So, you've got your brick color here. You can change the color from here. I can change it to like a green. You can change the material to let's change it to wood. You can have the reflectance go up. It's not showing anything in Studio, but wait, do I have the okay, yeah, I do. It's not reflecting anything because there's nothing in front of it, but you also have the transparency, so you can change that. You have the name here. Name is very important. So in the Explorer, this is also what's going to be used to find stuff. Like if you have something big and I'm all the way over here, let's say I don't know where this is. I can go into the workspace and I can select it, and then if I press F, it'll take my camera to it. But that's not the only use that the Explorer has. Go into here, and then you have all these properties here. So you have the name, we can call this green wooden pillar. We can set the orientation. I'm going to set the Z rotation to 50. I'm going to set the X rotation to 60. I'm going to set the Y rotation to 75. So now it's all rotated, and let's just set that back. I didn't mean to do that. Control X does cut, which deletes it and copies it. So this is the parent. So how parents and children work in this is, so this is all organized in a hierarchy. So if I move the green wooden pillar as a child of the base plate. So the green wooden pillar is now a child of the base plate, which in turn is a child of the workspace, which is a child of the game itself. So it would be game, workspace, base plate, green wooden pillar. So let's take that out and just make it back into workspace. Actually, if I put it back into base plate, it'll show here the parent. And then if I move this back, look here, it's back to workspace. So you want this to stay still. You can anchor it. And then, so if I go into the game, let's wait for this to load. I am not able to move it around or push it over. So if you wanted to just like create some scenery, the character, the player actually can't really alter it that much by just like using their character itself. This will stay in its spot pretty much no matter what, unless you don't anchor it. So if we go into the Explorer, you can see I have my character here, but if I have the green wooden pillar, I can uncheck anchored, and now I can move it around. And then I think actually, yeah, I can use the move right here, and it'll fall over, which I think is pretty cool. So if I move this up, it'll just fall on me like that. And so edits made to properties, this is very important. Edits made to properties and Explorer during the while the game is running and you have your character in, will not be saved. And you see the anchored is back to on, which it was before it was running. So there's a stop button right here that you can click to basically end the testing. And so you have your shape here. You can change it into a ball, to a cylinder, but I'm gonna have mine back as a block. Actually, I'm gonna undo that all. And so locked means you can't select it with the this right here, this actual workspace. So you have to select it through the Explorer. Now this would be useful, like say if you had a large project and you don't want to be selecting random things constantly and moving them around, you can lock it, but for now let's leave that unlocked. And archivable, well, so if it's archivable, it will be in testing and the actual game, as opposed to just appearing in the workspace and nowhere else. So archivable is not checked. If we run up the game, let it load for a minute, you'll notice that it is not there. So, and here, I can select archivable, and then if I deselect can collide, that means like it's pretty straightforward. It's not able to collide. So when my character loads in, I can straight just walk through this, which I think is pretty cool. So if you were like creating a waterfall or something, let's say this is water, I could jump through that because, you know, water isn't a solid. And so you can mess around with that. All this other stuff you don't really need to worry about now. And that concludes part 1 of our Roblox Studio Basics. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.